Hey, hello everyone, and welcome to another edition of the Daily Delete. I am your host, me. Um, and for those of you who are just joining, I've been doing this broadcast for a few weeks now. I do the live version of it now, honestly, because I could just go ahead and broadcast it and then move on with my life. Because if I record it, then I gotta like look through the edits, and then I gotta like edit it, and then all of a sudden it takes me forever to do this, and it's like, yeah, if I just put it live and broadcast it, like it's out and it's done, and I can move on and I can get back to my life because I'm averaging about, I don't know, half an hour every day on this, and that's like literally over 100 hours of my life I will never get back, and all I'm really doing is just like deleting my Facebook in the most awkwardly socially experiment or most awkward social experiment I think ever in the history of mankind. Like, what are we doing here? What am I doing here? What am I doing here? Why is this like this? Here, that's better. Um, so, anyways, yeah, this is me. This is my Facebook page, and Bob's your uncle. So, what I'm doing is I'm going through my Facebook page. What is What is that? Why is there a notification here? Anyways, so what I'm doing is I'm going through my Facebook page, 13 years, and I am deleting it calendar day by calendar day because if there's one thing I've learned in my 13 years of posting on Facebook, it really is not worth keeping, I guess. I really also apologize ahead of time about how I'm not very consistent in doing this because my window of opportunity for doing this is not very consistent either. Why is it telling me that I'm watching my own live stream? That's nigh impossible. Is it because I'm logged into YouTube and automatically assumes that? I don't. Oh, I forgot to check in at Duncan. Rockstar confirms price increase. Hmm. Oh, what's that? Look, I'm like already. So obviously this is a terrible show because it's like so bad even I don't pay attention. All right. Anyways, let's do this. Am I nice and bright? Let me see here. Open a window. Yeah. Yes. Yes. That's good. It's nice because I got all these monitors set up on my windows, but I done it in such a way that like I only get a small little crack of the outside world. It's like, oh, look how nice and pretty it is out there. Ugh. But I did see like the first robin of spring yesterday, and that's really important to me for some reason. I mean, I'm not going to go off on some racist tirade that starts off with "my spirit animal is dot dot dot," but seeing a robin around this time of year is a good point. It means that things are going to get pretty good for a little while. At least that's the patterns I recognize, and that's kind of like why I really do this day in the daily delete thing is because I'm looking through my posts of that day throughout the course of 12, 13 years. And it's like I'm trying to recognize and discover the patterns I have. Like, for example, like usually around the beginning and like around the end of January, I'm looking for work every few years or a new job or a new place to go. Or near the end of February, I get real sick. And then like any day that starts in a Y, I'm getting into an argument with someone on Facebook. The patterns, like you see them. Um, anyways, enough about me. Let's talk about me for the next half hour. On this day 12 years ago, I slept for 16 hours. Um, yep, that's what happens. You sleep that long, you're exhausted. Like you got to take a nap after you wake up. 12 years ago, I've decided on Chinese. There was probably a corresponding response to that, but I don't know what it is. Thank you, people. It's always weird, like looking back on these posts and seeing people that like interacted. Like I kind of recognize their names and faces, and it's like we we interacted on a regular goddamn basis, but then all of a sudden it's you realize they're gone. Like, I mean, yeah, I am friends with like 5,000 people on Facebook. It's just odd that like all of a sudden they just disappear into the ether, usually without explanation, and that means that I probably posted some sort of political or religious rant. They didn't want to hear it, so I don't know. I have had a few deaths, which is like I think actually more of my Facebook friends have died than my real life friends. So only we can use that word, scruffy looking nerf herder. Oh, I did not know that. The Nerf Herders are the band that played the intro to King of the Hill. Thank you, Ashley Murray. I did not know that. I've done learned something today. And you know what? I like to say, if you don't learn at least one thing a day, your day is wasted. So I don't know. Try to learn something today, guys. Okay, 11 years ago. Well, I still got my job and my home. I swear to God, I'm buying a wood chipper this year. So yeah, I guess the woman who fired me because she was trying to get me out of the house, like I did not get fired or kicked out immediately. So I guess there's that. Oh, hey, the family's back. Remember we were talking about that window of opportunity? Here they are. It's fine. That's not what I said. I said you're my garage door of love and adventure. I don't. No. Okay. No. Anyway, there's. Hi everyone. There's the girl. All three of you watching. Wait, three people are watching. Who's watching? Oh, sweet. We got one person watching on YouTube, one person watching on Twitch, and one person watching on Periscope.
Now I'm watching
you. Yay! Gang gangs? Are we ganging? Gang gangs? What is gang? Is that a slur? I don't. No. Where the hell is Larry, and when will he be near me? Larry Howdy was a marketing campaign for a haunted house I worked at in upstate New York. I'm pretty sure Larry Howdy is still somewhere out there. Maybe. What is that? Tuxedo, New York, Trucker, Illinois. I just clicked on it to click on it. I feel like when I click back, it's going to screw up my thingy. What? See? What the? Ugh. Let's go back. Facebook, what is wrong with you? Look at this. Like, page unresponsive. Exit page. What is happening here? No, not invites. I don't want to go to invites. I don't want to look at my page. I want to look at my memories. It's all terrible. All right, scrolling. Everyone gets a preview of what they get to see. I should just record a video of me scrolling, and then people can go ahead and like pause it and read it for themselves. Do you need my commentary? Oh, look at this. Remember earlier, like a few minutes ago, I was like talking about, hey, this must correspond to another post involving me and what I wanted for dinner. I refreshed the page, and up comes a post that was not there a few seconds ago. And it is the corresponding post where I'm talking about dinner. So, yeah, which means I'm going to spend an entire year going through my Facebook and deleting all of these entries. And then I got to spend another year going through all of them again. Yeah, probably not. But I think at that point, I'm going to be like, no, we're done. Delete. So that's fine. It's just going to be like a daily video of me talking about my Facebook for 30 minutes and then the occasional blank entry because Facebook doesn't know how to control its own database. It's a cat hair on my microphone. Okay. 11 years ago today, it took only a week. She crosses the line. She's so typical. The low road marches on. Okay. Cool. Someone being a douche. Cool. Here's someone not being a douche. Julian De La Rosa. It's 1 o'clock in the morning, recovering from a disappointing can of sardines, listening to Vince Guaraldi Trio. Fuck yeah, Jilly Cat. Jillian is a good buddy of mine. I've been friends with her for decades. Like, not just friends with her but friends with her on LiveJournal. And if you remember LiveJournal, now's probably a good reminder that you qualified for the AARP. Let's leave a little message. I like to do this. If I'm tagged in a post that's like a decade old, I like to leave a comment real quick before I remove my tag so that the person gets a notification and they look and they're like, wait, what? 10 years ago today, my tooth is killing me. This idea of getting into a fist fight is sounding really good right now. And yeah, that tooth eventually did come out. It's like, they're gone. Funny enough, like 10 years later, I got 2 other teeth that are loose in my head and they got to go too. And I'm hoping to get into a fist fight to get rid of that, but I don't know. My attempts at calling the children names is not working. You can't punch that high. It's confusing. I got to get them a step ladder or something. What? What is this? This prisoners. What is? I don't understand any of this. I came back years later to look at this, and it's like I don't get it. So I don't know if you guys are. Do you guys remember what Facebook used to look like? Here's what it used to look like. There was a split timeline. Like you had a timeline on 2 places, right? Look at this. Looking back on it, man, Facebook was ugly as shit. It's terrible. And this is, see, notice back, like I'm censoring people's names on here. This was back when I cared. Okay, so Google Plus, what should I do now? Give up on social networking. Funny enough, I'm still here, and Google Plus is not, which is really a shame because I loved Google Plus. I thought the format of it was great. It was amazing. What you typing? What you typing? Stories about my penis. Okay. On this day 9 years ago, another application. Oh, seems like one of your streams is having connection issues. Oh, they heard the word. Bird is the word. Another app in, another resume sent. Yeah, see, I was talking about job looking stuff earlier. It happens. Let's see. 8 years ago today. Today's plan is physical therapy with my daughter, and then as much time painting spaceships as possible. And that did happen. My daughter had to go through a lot of intensive physical therapy for quite a while. She had a lot of physical issues, like she was in a body brace for the first few months of her life. Saving all those pictures from when she brings her first boyfriend and or girlfriend home. Oh, 8 years ago today, now that the military is no longer going to help with tuitions, expect enlistment to drop dramatically. Also, lower morale. Yeah. I mean, they don't help with college tuitions anymore, but they will help you get a 30% APR on a new Dodge Challenger. So that's fun. Well, on this day 7 years ago, look, I'm shooting zombies. Pew, 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 pew. It's that Dead Nation game again. Look, no sound, though. So whose fault is that? Is that Facebook's fault or Sony's fault? We'll never know because Sony no longer lets you broadcast to Facebook anymore. I think that's probably something Facebook did because Facebook wanted to create Twitch TV. Ooh, this is spooky. This is from the game Outlast, where you have to break into an insane asylum to find out a murder mystery thing. This is probably one of the scariest games I've ever played in my life. Absolutely phenomenal. Great game. Like, I only played it for a few days and I had to stop. It was like stressing me out. It was so scary. Like, it's scarier than From Until Dawn and maybe Aliens Isolation. It close tie. Definitely scarier than that Five Nights at Freddy's thing. On this day 6 years ago, why is my back so messed up right now? I didn't lift anything heavy, didn't twist anything weird, but it's bad enough it woke me up and my hands are tingling. That was 6 years ago. Pinched nerves from sleeping. Because when you get to a certain age, you're just old. Just old. Got to put down the weight of the world. Yeah, maybe. So that's another fun thing about social networks. Mention something about health, and you will discover how many people on your friends list are apparently nutritionists and doctors and chiropractors and woo specialists and holistic Reiki distance energy healers. 5 years ago today, I need this is a great needlepoint, and honestly, I need this as a welcome mat for the house. Maybe that's what I'll get today. Get a new welcome mat for the front door of the house. It'll say, "Come back with a warrant." What? Yeah, see? And the house says yes. Yeah. Gonna get swatted. People are gonna watch my Twitch broadcast and be like, "Call the cops." I don't even know how you swat someone on Twitch. Like, how do you figure out someone's address? Confessions of a Republican was an ad, 1964 presidential election ad. Something about Senator Goldwater and see, it's weird. Like back in 1964, people were starting to realize that the Republican Party was kind of dark. But no one pays attention. Like those who do not know history are doomed to repeat it, and those who do know history are doomed to watch people who don't know history repeat it. So, here's something cute from Bo Taplin with a little bit of romanticism in your day today. So, pull up a chair and let's get romantical. You felt familiar the moment I met you. A lovely sort of deja vu. When we spoke or laughed or danced, I became overwhelmed by the powerful sensation that I had been here before. And when we kissed, I felt the energies of 1,000 lives on her lips, like our souls had known each other all along. Aw, how's that? Is that cute? Yeah, speaking of romantic, in a few days, we're going to be looking at wedding venues. That's exciting. Yep. Speaking of romantical, here is an ad from 5 years ago for the movie made out of one of my favorite books. This is The Little Prince, which I think is available on Netflix right now. Pretty good. Okay. Yeah. I think I mentioned that on one of my previous broadcasts, but yeah, like we both went out to get each other Valentine's Day gifts, and we both came back with books with foxes in them, specifically because of this story, I bet. Where is that fox? Where's our fox friend? Yep. Oh, you know what? It would help if I had the speakers on.
Did you finish your study work? No, exactly. I need sense. You study hard and you stay completely on track with the plan. You can spend some time with your new friends. Makes sense.
Anyways, great, right? Lovely show. I do recommend it. Let's see. 5 years ago today, romance advice from Deadpool. Pretty good. My nose is itchy. Yeah. Look at that. I rubbed my nose and people disappeared. I don't have to. Like I'm obsessively looking at my watchers. Like, what's going on here? It never goes above 4, which is fun. Let's see. 5 years ago today, world famous economist Thomas Piketty, professor, associate professor, Department of Economics at MIT, received numerous awards, best-selling book Capital, compulsory reading for world leaders and economists, is a supporter of Bernie Sanders' economic policies. But hey, he probably just doesn't understand economics, right? Ian O'Brien says he's wrong in many of his assessments. I think he's is he talking about Thomas Piketty? I don't think Ian is familiar with any of Thomas Piketty's work. But dude's all like, he's wrong in his assessments. We could get 3 other economists with equal qualifications and differing opinions. How would that strike you? And then I pointed out about 150 economics professors with equal qualifications that still support him. But, cool story. I don't remember really who that dude is, but I do remember he used to come onto my Facebook page all the time and complain. Dude was like a capitalist pig dog. I don't even know. 5 years ago. We might as well save this now because the rumblings of half-truths and outright lies have already begun about this. Goodbye. Where are you going? You're addicted to little baby oranges. Yay. That's all right. They're fun. Not as much fun as my orange energy drinks, though. Those are more fun. Because they taste like oranges, but they get you high a little. It's okay. I will have them for you. Anyway, here's something about Obama going to Austin's South by Southwest fair, but not attending Nancy Reagan's funeral. And then people, whatever, like, people were being douchey about it. Like, supposedly talking about how Obama was a piece of shit. But, here we are 5 years later. We knew who the piece of shit was. People posted dumbest stuff. And it's me. I'm posting the dumbest stuff. Ride in a semi off my bucket list. True story. 5 years ago was my first and only time I rode in a giant semi truck. Like that semi truck. I think it was massive, right? Like huge. Because that's what semi trucks do. They're big. All right, tweeted. I don't even remember why I was riding it. My buddy was working for a company and he was driving it and I was helping him. Ooh, Matt Maddox posts something in Alt Tasteless. This is pretty good. I had to share it. I'm waiting for Facebook to find it and ban me for this post of 4 years ago. It says, when you're about to nut and they tell you to please leave the funeral. Yeah, but the payoff is the face on Shaggy there, like the look on his face. He's sad. Yeah. 2 years ago, got a 30-day ban for... Yeah, I just got a 30-day ban for roasting an edgelord for using a homophobic slur. Did he call someone a Bradley again? Maybe. I don't know. Brad Merrill. Let's see. 2 years ago. The follow-up to Facebook banning me. It's fucked up that the kid calls me a F word and I'm the one who gets shut down. Good job making this place better, Facebook. And you know what? They're not getting any better. I got a thing this morning where they're all like, hey, we got to take down one of your posts from a few years ago. And it was a post about the warning signs of racism and bigotry. And it showed a rebel flag, a Nazi flag, and a Trump hat. And then they were all like, yeah, you can't post stuff like this. So it's funny because I argued it and I said, no, I disagree with this decision. Not only did they hit me with a strike against content for something I posted a few years ago, but they hit me twice, like for the same post. They double posted it somehow, and they're like, no, you can't do this. No, you can't do this. So I got 2 more warnings when I opened up my Facebook and then I just disagreed with them. I'm like, you obviously didn't read this because, yeah, I get it. You see a swastika and you flag it for violence, I guess, but you took it out of context. And I guess the robot who flagged it saw my disagreement and looked again and decided, no, it's cool. I don't know, whatever. Like, good job, Facebook. On this day, 2 years ago, here's a picture of a woman crying in front of Walmart. And here's the story. I was at Walmart earlier today, and a cashier was crying because she lost her tax money and said she wasn't going to be able to make it through the month. I felt bad, so I gave her $200 because I just found $3,000 in the parking lot, and I felt God blessed me, so I should bless somebody else. Hashtag pay it forward. Yeah, I found $3,000 in the parking lot, and then I saw a girl crying about how she lost her tax money and she couldn't afford to pay rent, so I gave her $200. Why? Because I helped her. Oh my God. I got to go back to that Walmart. No, it was literally a joke. I didn't make the meme, lady. I just report them. I mean, repost them. And now I'm going to report it. I just reported myself for being mean. Oh, now I'm going to get a 30-day ban. And probably a 30-day ban. Facebook. Okay, 2 years ago today. So this is from the Sutton Police Department. And this is actually something that you people need to be aware of. And I'm going to read it out loud. I want you to read along with me because this is important. Yeah. Remember, this is the police commenting on this, and I want you to think about it before you post this sort of content. Ready? Please be aware of some of the posts you comment on. The posts that ask you, what was your favorite teacher's name? Who was your first grade teacher? Who was your childhood best friend? Your first car? The place you were born? Your favorite place? Your first pet? Where did you go on your first flight? Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. These are the same questions asked when setting up accounts as security questions. You're giving out the answers to your security questions without realizing it. Hackers are setting these up as a get to know each other better game. They then build a profile of you from several different data sources. They use this data to hack your accounts or open lines of credit in your name. True story, but you know what? But we've been warning you for years, and you keep doing it. So at this point, you deserve to have your Fingerhut card compromised. Your photo with the most comments of 2017. When a nice girl finds out you're actually a nice guy, that's not crazy and has a decent job. How many comments? 59 comments. And a whole bunch of like reactions. Look at all those people liking this stuff. Something about gender politics on Facebook, and I got a whole bunch of comments. So are people arguing or are people trying to be funny? The world may never know. The world's not going to know because look, here's the button. Ready? Delete. And we're spent. Wow, even with dragging my ass on this, this went by less than 30 minutes, so that's exciting. I can go back to my regularly scheduled day of trying to set up interviews for the week for stuff and things. And I'm going to go watch some horror movies. Lots of horror movies. On 1.5 speed with the sound off. I joke about everything, lady. I am a clown. Been to my 3-ring circus. Oh, the little picture of me was on the side and not on the bottom. I think I just invalidated my entire day's work. No, probably not. To all the 2 or 3 of you that watch this, thank you very much. We're done here. It's early in the day. It's nice out. Go outside and get some sun. Go for a walk. Go outside. Go mow the lawn. I don't know. Plant a garden. Wash the dog. Brush your teeth. Whatever. Just go.